Good. Welcome everyone, my name's Brian Marsh and this is my wife Fiona Marsh, and this is our Retirement Revolution event. Today is Monday the 22nd of January. Thank you to everyone that's on here tonight or today. We've themed this event around retirement, and it's kind of aimed, or it's kind of suitable for people that are thinking about retirement like we are. I am in my 40s now, and definitely thinking and planning retirement. But also for people that may be in retirement or closer to retirement, we honestly believe that this opportunity gives us the ability to earn money through those retirement years by building a business that is sustainable and has a passive income component. Now, if we think about the income side of things, the Australian government believe for two people to retire, they need around $66,000 a year in passive income, money coming in off their investments, to live a comfortable life, going to movies once a week, eating out once a week, etc. And we're going to show you what that looks like in this business. But first, I'm going to get out of the way, hand it over to my wife, who is going to run you through an amazing product and program that we have that kind of is the backbone of this opportunity. Our company is very customer focused because we have an amazing product that's been around for a long time. So I'll get out of the way and Fiona will run you through it.
Thank you. So I was introduced to this business about 18 months ago, but it's actually the products that got me interested first. So the products we work with and the program we work with is called Juice Plus and the Juicy Body Transformation Program. So I, at the time of being introduced, was a very tired mother of 4 young children, and I'd actually been diagnosed with adrenal fatigue at the end of 2015 by my doctor. And so I didn't have a lot of energy. I was having a lot of nana naps. And at the time, I had actually been on an eight-year journey with my health. And over those 8 years, I had put my whole family on an organic diet. We tried colonics, juice fasts, vitamin C drips. I was seeing a naturopath. I was seeing my alternative doctor, eating lots of supplements, raw dairy, you name it, we did it. But after all of that time, I still wasn't feeling amazing. So Juice Plus is actually the first thing that has been introduced to my diet that's made a noticeable difference. So within 3 days of starting on our capsules, which I'll explain to you in a moment what they are, I noticed that my energy levels, within a week, my energy levels started to increase, which, having adrenal fatigue, I hadn't had energy for a very long time. I noticed within 3 days a sugar craving I'd had that used to wake me up through the night from when I was 11 years old, and I'm nearly 40, so it's been many years. I just started sleeping through. I didn't wake up anymore, and I woke up refreshed. I felt good. I had brain fog for many years. I'd actually had brain fog when I was a kid. It just got worse when I started having my children. So that lifted within a week. I went on to notice many other things as the months rolled on. My skin improved. My nails grew really strong. So look, for me, hands down, Juice Plus is definitely the best thing I've added into my diet that's made a great difference. So you may be asking yourself, so Fiona, if you were doing all these amazing things, you were on an organic diet, why did Juice Plus make such a difference? Well, did you guys know that we're supposed to be eating between 7 and 13 serves a day? That's the current science of fruit and veg. So I think back to when Brian and I, we were vegans many years ago when we actually started our health journey. And even back then, we weren't eating 7 to 13 serves a day, and we definitely weren't getting it into the kids. Even though I was making green smoothies and, making nutrient-dense meals, every single meal, I still wasn't getting that in. It was a struggle. So, look, when I came across Juice Plus, it was a no-brainer for me. So, I worked out here was a way that I could get optimal amounts of fruits and vegetables into my diet every single day in a really simple, convenient way. So what is Juice Plus? Juice Plus is basically it's fruits, vegetables, and berries, and it comes in capsule form. This is our berry blend capsule here. So we have some other products which I'll go through with you as well. But when I first started taking it, and when I was actually looking into it, I wanted to know a lot more about how it was made and you know, where it was grown and everything. So our farms are all proprietary farms. They're grown exclusively. The produce is grown exclusively for the Juice Plus company. And we actually have records of those farms going back 3 generations to show it's all GMO free, which was really important to me at the time, being on an organic diet. So the produce is grown using organic farming principles, and it's grown to vine ripeness, meaning the maximum amount of nutrients is dumped into the produce before it's taken off the vine and off the tree. The produce is then taken to a processing plant, and it's not cold stored like a lot of our supermarket produce is. It's blended up straight away, and they put it into massive blenders, and it's brought down to a pulp. And we actually leave the fibre in. So I did a lot of juicing. I still juice, but what I didn't realise with juicing is that a lot of nutrients are actually trapped in the fibre, and that is why Juice Plus throw the whole fruit in. So it's the skin, the pips, the stalks, everything goes in, so you're not missing out on any of those nutrients. And then they dehydrate, it's cold pressed as well, and then they dehydrate it at a low temperature to avoid killing any of the enzymes and damaging any of the nutrients, because heat can do that. And then it's encapsulated. So look, it's pretty much the same way we make our herbs and spices. What you end up with is that concentrated whole food nutrition, and we encapsulate it so it doesn't oxidize. So this is, that's our capsule, and it's a vegan capsule as well, which is good. There's a lot of vegans who love Juice Plus. The produce is then the product is tested to 1 millionth herbicide and pesticide free. It's considered yeast free, mold free, bacteria free. It's super clean. In fact, in my opinion, it's probably cleaner than the organic fruit and veg I get from my farmers, because I don't know if their next door neighbours' sprays have gone on to their produce. I don't think my farmers are checking their produce to see at the end of the day what's on it. So we recognise not everyone can eat capsules. We definitely have a few of those in our family. So we have our chews. Sorry, where's it gone? Oh, there it is. So we have our fruit and vegetable chews. So these are our packets here, and this is what it looks like. So these are made exactly the same way as the capsules are. It's dehydrated whole foods, and what they've done is, because when we dehydrate the pulp, what happens is a lot of the sugars come out. So the sugar content in our capsules is like minuscule. So as you can imagine, things like kale and parsley and broccoli don't taste amazing. So we put some natural sugar back in to our chews, and it's mixed with some fruit pectins as well to give it this chewy consistency. And I was a little bit worried about the sugar in the beginning from the tapioca syrup, but the sugar content is 1.5 grams per child serve. And to give you some perspective, a banana has about 17 grams of sugar. So it's really, really low. What I love too about these, especially for my kids, is that it's free from anything synthetic. There's no artificial colours or flavours or anything, preservatives or anything like that in it, which was, it's important for a lot of mums that their kids are not eating those things on a daily basis. So the company cares about children, and so what they've put together for us, and it's been going on for years, is a children's health study. So when an adult orders either our chews or our capsules, they can sponsor for free a child, and they go into our children's health study, and the company will pay for that child to get their product for free. They need to be between the ages of 4 and 18, and they can stay in the study for up to 4 years. We've been collecting information over many years now, and the results that are coming back is that children are eating more fruits and vegetables, they're drinking more water, less doctor's visits, better concentration at school, of course, because they're getting all that concentrated nutrition, and that's what your brain needs, especially while you're growing. And athletic performance increases as well. And look, it's similar results to what we see with the adults too. So that's it for our chews. Now, our other product we have, which is one of my favorites, is our vegan omegas. So this is an omega-3 product. Basically, what we've done is cut the middle fish out and gone straight to the source that the fish get their omegas from. So it's a cold pressed. This is our capsule here. These taste good too. I hate eating fish oils, and unfortunately I have had them out of my diet for a long time. I would give them to the kids sometimes, but they still stunk. I would hate smelling that horrible fish oil. So as soon as these came in, I ordered them, and now my kids don't stink like fish anymore. And, you know, they're just so convenient. And what I love about them too is they put them in with other ingredients such as, I'll just read some of them out. We've got pomegranate seed oil, sea buckthorn oil, berry oil, raspberry seed oil, safflower oil, tomato seed oil. And I looked those up, and they are actually high in other omegas, which we don't list on our products, on our label, but omegas like 5, 6, 7, and 9. So this is a great all-rounder omega product. And it's not an ocean product either, so it's free from any contaminants that you may get from the ocean, free from mercury and anything else. So look, this product is definitely a catalyst for change. I know that when I started my 4 children on our children's chews, my son Aiden, who was 3 at the time, had dermatitis on his head. He'd had it since he was 4 months old, so a long time. And within 3 months on the children's chews, his head cleared up, and it hasn't come back. And I started my mum on the capsules because she doesn't eat enough fruits and vegetables. And she had had psoriasis for 16 years at the time. She tried everything, seen specialists, tried every type of goop around, whatever could work, may work, she tried. So within 6 weeks of starting on the capsules, her hands cleared up, and then 2 weeks later her feet cleared up and her head cleared up. And so 6 months down the track, she actually went off Juice Plus just to see what would happen, because her doctor didn't believe that, you know, incorporating more nutrients into her diet was going to help with her psoriasis. And so her psoriasis came back. So she's back on it now 2 years later. She loves it, and yeah, she won't go off it now. So look, it's no surprise to me that this happened. You know, Juice Plus is not going to grow your left arm back. It's not a cure for anything. But, you know, I just think about what is Juice Plus, right? And I think about what was I giving my children before Juice Plus? I was giving them multivitamins. So let's have a look at the two. A multivitamin is a fractional synthetic isolated vitamins in high doses. You get about 30 at best. Whereas look at a humble apple. A humble apple has about 400 phytonutrients in it. Juice Plus has over 30 whole foods in it. So you're literally putting thousands and thousands of phytonutrients into your body every single day. So when you give your body what it needs, you give your body optimal nutrition. You're giving it the building blocks it needs to do what it's supposed to do. So no wonder we're seeing such great results. So our other product we have is our powders. So these are our complete powders. These are our macronutrients. If you think about a car needs fuel to run well, and it needs oil as well. So these are our micronutrients, like that oil for our bodies, and these are our macronutrients. So it's the same as the capsules, made the same way. It's dehydrated whole foods, but it's got things like pumpkin powder, spirulina, pomegranate powder. We've got some sprouts in there, some radish sprouts, broccoli sprouts. We've got a really high quality soy that's in there as well. So it's another 20 whole foods in here, and these are great for convenience. So in the mornings I use one of these as a base for my smoothie, and I make a green smoothie for myself and the kids, and it's a great way to get things like mushroom powder into them, you know, for vitamin D. And I do also use them as a meal replacement, but they're not sold as a meal replacement, but I looked at what was in them, and it has everything you need for a meal. So I personally use it like that, but we don't sell them as a meal replacement. So this is another great way to add another 20 whole foods to your diet every single day. So one of the things I love about Juice Plus, and what makes us stand out from all other nutraceuticals, is the science. So Juice Plus is the most researched and sold nutraceutical on the market to date. We have close to 40 peer-reviewed gold standard medical studies that have been done on Juice Plus. You know, Sydney University has done a study for us years ago. Newcastle University just completed a study. They're all in the Medline database. And the results that are coming back from from the studies is that Juice Plus reduces systematic inflammation. It reduces oxidative stress. It helps repair and protect DNA. It supports cardiovascular wellness. It's good for healthy gums, healthy skin, and much, much more. So if you're someone who wants to know more about the science behind Juice Plus, please ask the person who's asking on today, and they can send you some more information. Last but not least is our JBT program. So this is our amazing online program that we have. This program is our Whole Foods program. It was written by my beautiful friend Kira Westbeek. And it's literally a whole foods program. So we have hundreds and hundreds of whole food recipes. We have 10 books, so I can't show them all to you, but we have a shred program for people who'd like to drop weight. in a healthy way. We count vitality, not calories. We've got gratitude journals. We've got food journals. We've got pantry lists. We've got kids books, we've got Easter books, Christmas books, there's just loads, and it's lifetime access. So it's a really great addition to an already great product. So I'm going to pass you back to Brian now, and he's going to have a chat to you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Fiona. This event definitely is about the stories, and we are now going to hear from Vanessa. I'm going to spotlight you, Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa, what was life like before Juice Plus, and what are you experiencing on the products now?
Hope you guys can hear me. Yes, before I started on Juice Plus, I was really quite sick. I had a lot of inflammation in my bowel, and I was totally, I was really sick. I had a lot of brain fog because I wasn't absorbing my nutrition. I went to a lot of doctors, a lot of specialists, a lot of naturopaths, and no one could actually help me or diagnose what was wrong with me. They put in all kinds of diets, gluten-free diet and all this stuff. The only sort of diet I could have was a high-carb diet. Yeah, I know, that's pretty bad. And as a result, I could not have a lot of fruits and vegetables. If I did, I would either throw up or just get really sick and bloated. And so you can imagine that every night when you try and sleep, when I was trying to sleep, my whole back would seize up. I'd be really bloated. There wouldn't be much comfort in where I was sleeping. As a result too, there was a lot of inflammation in my joints. So I'm a surfer and a stand-up paddleboarder, and that was affecting how I was actually enjoying my life outside of the home. So that caused a lot of severe anxiety issues, and obviously from the lack of sleep, from all that pain, that caused a lot of I was in a bad way. And I tried everything else. I was spending about $600, every few months. I think I was probably Chemist Warehouse best customer ever. And so one day I saw a post on fruits and berries and veggies in capsules, and I went, why not? Let's give it a go. I mean, what else could I lose? I'm in so much pain. And when I looked at this, I'm a scientist too, so when I looked at the background behind the products, it made sense to me, and I thought, let's give it a go. What else could I lose? It's natural, and it shouldn't counteract with anything that I've had in the past. And lo and behold, after I've had it, it was absolutely amazing. I didn't actually notice anything myself, but my husband, who is continuously saw me in pain, said, you're actually, you seem not to be in pain anymore. And I'm like, yeah, actually that's true. I haven't been bloating for a few months now. And it's only in that moment do you realize that it's actually done something. And now it's 16 to 18 months down the track for me, and all my inflammation has been reduced. I can go crazy with my stand-up paddleboarding. In fact, my surfing's gone through the roof now. I'm 40 plus, right? So, and having taken it up 2 or 3 years ago, it's amazing. I won the women's surf comp the other day. That was pretty cool. I did 16.8 kilometer downwind run the other day on the stand-up paddleboard in 40 kilometer winds. So it's made a huge difference to my life. You can imagine now my brain is working very well because I'm actually getting out and doing stuff. I'm not in pain anymore. So this is where I am. I could go on forever. There's a lot of other things that has happened with me, but in all, my vitality and my energy has gone through the roof, and I really am grateful for what it's done for me. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I know, like Fiona shared, it's definitely changed our family's health. I know for myself, I was doing a lot of CrossFit at the time. My recovery was quite quick. It was the first time in my life that I was feeling like I could train twice in one day, and I'd never experienced that before, which was pretty cool. But look, we have an amazing product. There's thousands of different testimonies and different people's experience on this product. So if you do have questions about that, I ask you to reach out to the person who shared it with you, and they can put you in contact with someone whose story might be similar to yours. But now we're going to switch it up and talk a little bit about this amazing business opportunity that we have. And first up, we're just going to talk about some of the misconceptions about this type of business. I'm going to hand it over to Sophia. Hey.
Hi, Brian. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Excellent. Wonderful. I came into the business about nearly 2 years ago now. I'd been caring for my mum. She wasn't well, and she passed in January 16, and in May 2016 I saw a post on Facebook actually about Fiona's mother's psoriasis, and I jumped in on the conversation. I was covered in psoriasis myself from stress. Within about 2 days I had Fee visit, and I bought the business and the product straight away. It made complete sense to me. Even in my darkest despair, I had a voice, maybe mum, saying, you've got to do something about your health, Sophia, because you've got a 9-year-old boy, or 8-year-old at the time, and you need to do something. The business side made complete sense to me. I'd been in marketing and sales all my life, and it was actually refreshing, because most businesses you see out there and are shaped like a triangle. You have your CEO at the top, okay, and you have any company like Woolworths, Myers, the Army, Parliament. It's all shaped like this, where you have somebody at the top. So I was in the real estate industry for the last 10 years, and I was in a very competitive industry, a lot of male domination. I started on the windows serving people that were eating ice creams, and within about 2 to 3 hours I'd introduce them to the finance and the lawyers, and they'd bought an investment property off the plan for $500,000. Now, I worked my way up to general manager, but to get there, I had to work 60, 70 hours a week. I had no weekends. I had no social life. I had to compete against all the men who was just dog eat dog, and they didn't care about you or who you were. They just wanted to get the next sale. So I did the hard yards, and I got to where I wanted to go, but it was to my detriment, because my health suffered. Businesses closed down, and you were left with nothing. So what I loved about this business model was that it was shaped like this, and everybody got to start as a virtual franchisee for $165. Like, it should be $365,000. It's just an incredible opportunity. Now, there's no cap at the top. The pinnacle position is NMD, National Marketing Director, and it's limitless. So many people, anyone can get to the top. The difference between this and the triangle shape is that everybody links arms and helps each other. And the success in this business is a true reflection of the people you help. The business opportunity to me was refreshing, because people helped each other, and that's what I loved, because that was my temperament. It was my soul. The business actually saved my soul, and the business and the product saved my life. So I absolutely love it. Another misconception a lot of people have is that you need to know a lot of people. Now, the marketing plan, the systems that are in place, it's all there for you. People have done it before us. People are doing it now, like Brian and Fiona and other people. And if you follow the system, it really does work. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. So as you can see, I joined the business. Okay, that's myself. I introduced it to a few different types of people. Type A is a person who just wants to get the product a little bit cheaper. They introduce it to a couple of people, and the product pays for itself, which is fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. We have type B, which was me at the start. I just wanted to be able to pay my grocery bills and pay my rent. People look at it to pay a mortgage or a travel fund, which is fantastic, an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. goes a long way in a family's life. And then you have type C, which is Brian and Fiona, who came into the business to run it as a business and really build that residual income for life. Now, over time, I've turned into type C, and what you'll find is most people from type A will turn into type B, and then once they see the money going into their account, end up being type C as well. But just to show you how the numbers work, I introduced it to a lady called Tracy. She'd been in the real estate industry for 10 years, and she'd watched my journey for 12 months with my health, and she also suffered from IBS, and she said, order me some capsules. She also bought the business, and she's introduced it since then to Murray, who was also looking for a retirement fund, her niece's mother, Jodie, who's a single mum who wanted to get some extra income, and also Christine. Now, Christine and Tracy have now opened a wellness shop, health and wellness shop, and they're following their dreams. So I wouldn't have met any of these other people. The only person I met was Tracy, and now she's following her dreams with Christine. It's just beautiful to see. Since then, I've also introduced it to Andrea. She introduced it to Sharon. I introduced it to more people, Deb. Since then, Murray. And as you can see, it just grows organically. We call this the popcorn effect, where your business grows with or without you there. You can take a break. You don't get told when to take a break. It's your business. And it's an organic business because everybody helps each other, and your success also is your team's success, and that's the best thing about it. I love it. I love that I wake up with purpose now. I have a future. I have a legacy to leave for my son, and really about building that residual income for retirement, and I couldn't be happier. Love the community. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sophia. I'm now going to talk a little bit about the money side in this business, which I love talking about because the amount of money that we earn in this business is a direct reflection on the number of people that we help. And if you think back to when Fiona was explaining about the product and program, we all know people in our life that this product could help. And that's what this is. It's a sharing business. We share the results that this product has achieved for ourselves and other people. And we do that. We create curiosity, and then they look into the product and we answer their questions. But from the side of what the money side, the business side, when we first joined the business, our uplines that introduced us to the business explained there were 3 different ways that we get paid in this business. The first way was retail sales profit. When we put the customer, so if you think back to someone that you know that may want this product, when we put the customer in contact directly with Juice Plus shipped the product directly to the customer. I don't have to hold the product. I don't have to deliver the product. Okay, I actually never see the product that our customers consume, which is pretty cool. The second way that we get paid is bonuses. Juice Plus reward us for the work we're doing today while we're building up the passive income in our business. The bonuses range from SDVF, $400, SC, $600, SSC, $1,200, QNMD, $1,500, and the pinnacle position in our business is NMD. It's $3,000 bonus. There are other bonuses on the line. For these ones here, there's also a teacher bonus. So when you introduce someone to the business and that person hits that level, you're also being paid the same amount. That's right up to the NMD level. The third way that we get paid in this business, which is the reason why my wife and I got into this business, and we wanted to build something that was going to pay us for the rest of our life, it's the passive income in the business. What's been coined recently is the beach money, because ideally you can be doing what you love, maybe being at the beach with your family, your grandchildren, and still being paid on top of your team's performance, because it's got nothing to do with your effort. Now what it has to do with your team's effort. And we have some significant levels in this business that relate to us planning retirement. The first one is 12 Club. That is between $30,000 and $48,000 per annum. The Australian government says for a single person to retire and have an okay life through that retirement, it's around $35,000 to $36,000 a year that they need in passive income, residual income. That's 12 Club in our business. 24 Club is $60,000 to $80,000 per annum. That level is what we're talking about when two people want to retire, okay, and have a fairly good, comfortable lifestyle. That's 24 Club in our business. And one of our pinnacle levels in our business is what we call 39 Club. 39 Club is around $100,000 per annum. That's six figures. If we compare any of that to another investment strategy, for example, real estate, and I look at the six-figure amount, $100,000 per annum in passive income, compare that to real estate, you have to own outright $2 million. So whatever that investment strategy is, $2 million at a 5% return to be doing that. Okay, we've seen people do that in our business within 12 months. We did it quicker than 12 months. So it's definitely possible to work hard at something. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it's definitely possible to work at a business where you can build passive income that will pay you through that retirement stage. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is work. You do need to work. But what if that took 3 years or 5 years or 6 years to build in the lead-up or even in the early years of your retirement? And that's what we love about this business opportunity. This, again, is about the stories, and we've got a few people that are going to share tonight. First up, I'm going to get Val. Hey, Val, what pain were you in before Juice Plus, and what excites you about this business now?
Hi, Brian. Thanks for the welcome. What pain was I in? I had a traditional business for 6 years. I was working 7 days a week and working long hours. So saying no to a lot of social situations with my family and my friends because I was too tired and I just couldn't be bothered. I'd go to work early, come home and fall asleep on the lounge. In 2014 to 2016, I guess, were the toughest 2 years that I've had so far. And my mum got quite ill, and it became apparent that she wouldn't. I was going to do this so good today. It became apparent that she wasn't going to survive, and in June of that year, Mum passed away, and that still gets me. Sorry, I thought it was going to be really good today. And then in January of 2015, one of our children tried to commit suicide, and that for me was a huge wake-up call, because she was a teenager and I thought I knew her so well, but obviously hadn't seen some things that were happening. So we decided in 2016 that we would come back home to New Zealand. That's where she wanted to be. And so when we made the move back here, I took 2 months off to get the house organised, to be with Maddie and to make sure that everything was as smooth as we could. And about one thing I knew, I didn't want to go back into a traditional business or work for someone else that was telling me, what days I had to work, what hours I had to work for them, and what hours I could be at home, and weekends and night shifts and things like that. So I had a lot of time to sit and look on social media, and I saw a girlfriend of mine, Deb, and she'd been really sick the last time I'd seen her, and was heading for operation. And when I saw her, she was doing push-up challenges, and she was, doing step-ups onto a park bench. She was looking amazing. And so I did gain the courage, and I reached out to her and asked her what she had been doing and how she was doing. And we got talking, and she told me. And as soon as she told me about the product, I knew there was an opportunity behind it. And I jumped at it. I was like, yeah, I want that. Because this is my plan A and my plan B. And what I loved about it, I guess the most, was that it was a great product. People are so much more aware of health and nutrition now. It was an ethical company, and leaders were supportive and very sharing. So, yeah, it was a no-brainer for me. I thought, I'm on it. And since being on the product, I have had better sleep, better skin, better hair. First time I've had my own nails, and being in hospitality for so long, I would always have acrylic nails on, have my own. And yeah, and I'm loving it. So I'll be here for life. And that's my share. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks so much, Val, and thanks for being so raw and honest with us. I'm now going to hand it over to Deborah. Deborah, how you doing?
Hey, guys.
What pain were you in before this business? What excites you about your future now?
Look, I wasn't actually in pain. If you had asked me, I would have said that everything was fabulous, because I truly believed it was. I am fit and healthy. My family is gorgeous, and I had a job that was paying me really well, or, relatively well, and I'd been in the company for a long time as a general manager. So I would have said that everything was really great. My husband was actually diagnosed, I was introduced to it because my husband was diagnosed with cancer, and so obviously the health benefits of this product and program, caught my eye, but my cousin, who shared it with me, knew that I was working 60 and 70 hours a week and was missing out on my two kids. I'd worked their whole lives, and so she told me about the business opportunity. I actually wouldn't have even looked, or wasn't looking for anything like this. So I believe it was really serendipitous, and I was glad that she shared it with me, because I've been in 2 years next month, and I have a steady little income on the side thanks to this business, which, I'm still working full time. My goal is definitely so what I guess I saw, Brian, was that I was in pain. I realised that I was okay with crying by myself while the kids and Craig would go to family events, or I had to miss out on stuff. I just thought that was how it was meant to be. So I guess seeing an opportunity like this, I'm not quite 40 yet, so seeing an opportunity like this at my age, I feel really blessed and grateful, because now, instead of working and pouring beers and managing a pub until I'm 70 and pretending that's okay, I will be retired way earlier and living a much healthier, happier life by really incredible people. So the hope for the future is what I'm excited about.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Is that it?
Thanks, Deb. Thank you to everyone that shared on our event. If you're a guest or you're watching back this recording, look, I urge you to just get your questions answered. There's so much more information that we can share, but we've kept it to a 30-minute event. But if you've got questions around the product or the program or the business or how we recommend it, then reach out to the person who shared it with you to get your questions answered. Because if it's not this opportunity that's going to set you up for your future, for those retirement years, then what is it? And you need to make that decision pretty quickly. So thank you to everyone. We do this every Monday at the same time. So I hope to see you again sometime soon.